Yes, we still got many long-term injuries, so we don't have to mention them. Them all our centre backs are still not available. Then, yeah, we have had a few more doubts after the last game. So a good thing is that Tim Krul is ready and ready to go. He was able to train the last 2 days. He overstretched his knee, but thank God it was nothing too serious. He panicked a bit during the game because it was a knee where he had this ACL, but he's fine, so he can start tomorrow, and no problem at all. Also, some good news that Ralf Fährmann is also back and available. Meanwhile, since nearly 2 weeks, also back in team training. He will also travel with us, so some good news in these positions. It's a little bit doubtful. Todd Cantwell had some problems with his hamstring in the beginning of the week, and we had to calm his load a bit down. To be honest, he just joined us today, the first time during this week in team training. It was alright during the session, but right now we have to wait a bit how his body reacts, if he's really available for tomorrow. And also the same with Ibrahim Amadou. He also overstretches knee in the last game, and he needs some treatment during this week. And today was the first time that he was back together with us on the pitch. It could be that he's available, but we need to have a late call and late decision with them both. So for that, Mario Frančić was ill for, I would say, nearly 7 days. He started just 2 days ago, the first time together with us back in team training. So he's alright, but this game comes a bit too soon. So he was out for so long. So if he from now on is able to train with us consistently, then the Watford game next week could be first time that he's a topic for this game. And yeah, that's it. Otherwise, just some good news. Kenny McLean, meanwhile, yeah, as a father, congratulations. He missed, of course, the session, but that's acceptable when you have such a situation. And I'm struggling a bit in order to to call that Onel Hernandez is a doubt for tomorrow, but because of quite similar reasons. So he's at the moment in the hospital together with his partner. And hopefully we have got a nice message, a nice surprise also later on. It seems like everything is in the good place, in the right place. But he missed today the team training. He will also miss our travel to Brighton. We still have some hopes that later on perhaps he can travel later, and we have him available for tomorrow. But of course not a perfect situation for our game tomorrow, especially because he was just coming back after long-term injury. As a head coach, sometimes you attempted to send one of our injury players to the hospital, but he didn't accept this, if I'm honest. Although I would think we have some good choices. So Christoph Zimmermann is a guy you can trust. But anyhow, Onel want to go himself, and for that we have to accept this. So sometimes you have to accept that there are even bigger topics and situation in football than just football. And for that, probably some good news. So it doesn't help us so much for this game, because I would have, of course, preferred to be there with a proper and concentrated preparation for this game. But there's still some hope that he's anyhow at least together with us tomorrow. It's never easy when you have to accept a tough period, when the wind is a bit in your face, and football players are pretty sensitive, and pretty often you're struggling then also with self-confidence. And but we have also many reasons why we are a bit struggling, especially in order to concede too many goals. And we know that we will be in a much better position when hopefully not too far away also our defensive options are fully fit, or then coming back. So meanwhile, we've got Tom Tribal, Alex Setti back, our holding midfielders. I think that helps us a lot. Also good progress in the re-up of Grant Henley and even Christoph Zimmermann. I think they're not too far away, and I hope that pretty soon then, anyhow in December or after the next international break, they will be back. It will be a much better situation. Also Mario Frančić hopefully can go on from now on. He's also an important player for us. And we know we have such a difficult period, and we spoke about this also before the season, so we didn't expect that it would be so tricky in terms of injuries, but we spoke about that there will be tricky situations, and the one thing is to speak about it, and the second thing is then really to handle it when it's reality, and this is what you have to do at the moment. And but it's not that we're just waiting till all the players are back and we say, okay, right now we can attack the league and can attack the games. We will do. But even in this time, it's even more important that we gain a few points. So although the circumstances are not perfect for us, and for that we're still greedy and highly motivated, even in this games, also to add some points. That was, for example, we also were disappointed against Man United, because after such a game you can say, okay, as a newly promoted side, yeah, you can lose the game against Man United, so it's not the end of the world, and it has nothing to do with the claims, with our claims. But even I want us, even in this games, to be greedy and not to let our demands and our claims drop. And it will be the same for in the Brighton game. We know, so in a few weeks, hopefully, we're in a much better position. But it doesn't take anything away that even in this situation, we want to win points. Yes, it's always nice when you hear some really nice and warm and complimentary words from a guy who's really absolutely a top class coach. And I also like a lot Graham's approach. I was also a big fan of him at Swansea, although he was working there in tricky circumstances, if I'm honest. And I like a lot what he's done in his approach. And also at Brighton, you can see his handwriting. And for me, it's there is no book where you can read in football, okay, how football works, but it's always great when you see on the pitch what the coach wants, and you see the handwriting of the coach. At 100% you see at Brighton and Hove the handwriting of Graham Potter, and I like a lot their style. So they're able to dominate the ball, they're able to dominate possession, they're pretty good in the build-up, they're flexible in their style, they can switch even within the games between 4-man formation, 3-man formation. I like a lot their approach and what they did. I think it's high quality football, and I can't speak highly enough about him. So I'm pretty pleased that he was also that successful in the recent weeks with some really good results. And it's unbelievably difficult task for us, but it doesn't take anything away that in this game tomorrow we want to gain also some points. And Graham, after the game, he's totally allowed to win each and every game, but tomorrow we are also greedy to gain some points. And it will be nice to see him, because he's a great guy. It's always a pleasure to see him, and I like a lot what he's doing. I think he's a top class coach, and for that, good to see him. But we're also greedy in order to win some points.